For many Australians, the hardest part of getting older is getting access to quality care, with a damning new report revealing many are dying while waiting for aged care support, even if care has been approved. Joining me now is Melissa Reader, founder and CEO of Vera and advocates Families for Aged Care Equity and Support. Melissa, good afternoon to you. Tell us a bit about the support group and how it helps families navigate this complex aged care system.
This is a family-led alliance, an advocacy push to ask the government for one honest count of the real number of families and elderly Australians who are stuck in the queue where they've done everything right. They've navigated a really complex system, they've been approved for care that they need and deserve, and they're now stuck in the system waiting for those funds to be released. So the average wait is 12 months. So there are 4 numbers floating around the system. We want one honest count each quarter, as well as the number of people who are dying in that queue.
Okay, what are the problems that mean that families are being stuck in this system?
Sadly, it's a system that is designed to keep people waiting. There's a lot of complexity, there's a lot of bureaucracy, but what we know is that elderly people, when they have that care approved and they need it and they deserve it, without it, that they don't do well. There are more falls, there are more hospitalisations, and there's enormous amounts of pressure on the families. Now, we have 13 Australians dying every day waiting in that queue. That is unacceptable. That is 3.5 times the national road toll.
Why do you think transparency is such a problem? Why do you think the government is holding off on releasing these figures more often?
There are 4 versions of these figures floating around. They all come from the same government filing cabinet. Families deserve much more accountability and transparency over those numbers, which is why we're calling for one honest count every quarter. And we'd encourage families right across the country who are in this queue or are concerned about this queue to add their name at faces.org.au.
Yeah, tell us about Faces. How will that help?
Yeah, it's giving families a voice, and it's putting a light on what is a very invisible problem where so many elderly Australians in this queue inevitably end up in hospital, and that is the country's most expensive waiting room. So it only takes 1 or 2 minutes to add your name and face, and we've lodged a submission to the Senate inquiry into Support at Home on behalf of the Faces Alliance.
Okay, it's a big issue for anyone with ageing parents. Melissa, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.